All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Friday, December 2018. Let's look at SPY here. It's interesting that SPY was up yesterday, 0.4%. Looks like we're popping a little this morning as well, but it's bad yesterday. So if we look at SPY, it was up 0.42%. Pretty good. IWM was up 0.27, and the Qs were up 0.17. But if we look at the list here, a lot of the retails that have been moving in some of my lists here, a lot of red. There were some green as well, but there were some red. We wouldn't expect that in that kind of market. A lot of the tech stocks, a lot of other areas here that have been working pulled back yesterday. We did have some green as well, but it wasn't as broad-based as the last couple of days before that. So maybe we're ready to pull back in a little bit here, or it could be a momentary blip, but wasn't as broad-based yesterday as it's been. If we look at some other areas, XBI, biotech, down, IBB, down. Oil was up, but pulling back in this morning. XLE energy has been looking very strong and not pulling back quite as much as oil has, but we could even look at this as a potential quick runner short if it gives us a signal with a strong reversal candle. If not, then obviously we would not do that. Brazil continues to show a lot of strength. China is testing highs here. If we look at home builders, pulling back a little bit. I haven't put the home builders on the list. I want to see them break the highs here, but home builders are very strong. XBH or XHB as well, looking like it could be pulling back here. And then financials were strong but off the highs. So considered an entry on the breakout here, but didn't take it. So it's probably good to be careful going into the weekend. Maybe if something is strong, we take a position, but may play it safe. Now, Tesla was a little frustrating yesterday because it kind of did what we expected, where I expected an overreaction and potentially a nice recovery. The problem was it got to the point where I kind of had to get out in terms of risk, and that ended up being the low of the day. And it got back to our initial stop level around 314 to 317. It popped back up to and is popping a little this morning. Now, if it invalidates this gap down completely and gets back up over the 9 by the close, I may consider a re-entry in Tesla. I'd basically say that the market doesn't care about that news on the Model 3 delay and it has recovered. So we'll keep an eye out on Tesla today. FSLR got stopped out, and kind of the same thing. It put in the hammer and looks ready to go. But I'm going to stay away from solars for now. It's been a little bit of a frustrating trade. And then SQ, we just entered and did really well yesterday, up to 38.10. And we're playing for a break of the 50-day moving average. So SQ is the only position now and looking really strong. Stocks, focus list basically remains the same. We're watching the same stocks, but some that are on our radar for today. Race gapped up big over the 50-day moving average. So it's in play as a trend continuation setup, as it had pulled back in and then is now remounted the 50-day moving average on a big gap. UA, we already traded this one once successfully and now has gotten back up over the breakdown level and gap fill here. So basically the entry has triggered and we can enter that one at any time if we choose at this point. Ralph Lauren holding the 9 and looks ready to make its next move. Energy, potential runner short. So we're going to keep an eye out for a reversal candle. JNUG, watch for the 200-day moving average remount, which it's right at right now. Lulu holding the 9, very similar to Ralph Lauren. And OSTK, which has been kind of on fire here, about 14 points. We're watching for a break of this high or a hold of the break of this high. So maybe we take a shot at something today. Otherwise, I'm content to hold just SQ through the weekend and then start fresh next week.